He's finally out. But Gary Lineker has dragged down the reputation of the British Bashing Corporation so far that I think it's impossible for them to recover. This was too little too late. But trust me, I'm going to give you the true story about his departure, not the story that you've read on the front page of The Sun today. And mark my words, Lineker has been axed, he has been sacked, he has been forced out. This is one of those gentlemen's agreements so that he doesn't feel humiliated. And arguably the guy should be humiliated, right? Given his Instagram post, and this wasn't the first. It wasn't the first Instagram post, but it very, very clearly used a rat to illustrate Jewish people. This was a Nazi trope. And there's a real irony there, given this guy accused the former government of being like the Nazis. Lineker said, "Football has been at the heart of my life for as long as I can remember, both on the pitch and in the studio. I care deeply about the game and about the work I've done with the BBC over many years. As I've said, I would never consciously repost anything anti-Semitic. It goes against everything I stand for. However, I recognise the error and upset that I cause and reiterate how sorry I am. Stepping back now feels like the responsible course of action." Now, I will show you in just a moment how this is far from the first post like this from Lineker. But notably, the director of sport at the BBC, Alex K. Jelski, at whom Lineker aimed a dig last week about his lack of TV experience, was not quoted in the press release confirming his departure. Instead, Tim Davie, the BBC's Director General, said in a statement, "Gary has acknowledged the mistake he made. Accordingly, we have agreed he will step back from further presenting after this season. Gary has been a defining voice in football coverage for the BBC over 2 decades. His passion and knowledge have shaped our sports journalism and earned him the respect of sports fans across the UK and beyond. We want to thank him for the contribution he has made." However, his former boss, Danny Cohen, who was director of television at the BBC, said, "Given the anti-Semitic nature of the content Mr. Lineker shared, it is right that he is leaving the BBC. But Mr. Lineker's sharing of the post is a symptom of the problem, not the problem itself. For far too long, the BBC has failed to put a stop to Jew hate and blatant breaches of impartiality on its services." So trust me when I say the Sun's headline today should have been "Disgraced Jew hater Gary Lineker forced out of the BBC."